I'm co-founder and CEO of Nepris, and I have with me our co-founder and CTO, Binu, right over there. We are a first of its kind online platform that helps connect industry professionals virtually into classrooms to bring that real world connection and career exposure to students. Why is this important, right? We have 4 million kids in 9th grade. By the time they come out of this pipeline, qualified to take these high-tech jobs, you have less than 4% qualified candidates. The number of minorities and women, much, much lower. This pipeline is leaking badly, right? And you'd be surprised to see the number one reason that the kids are dropping out. It's because they don't see the relevance of school. I mean, we've all been through calculus class, right? How many of you know where calculus is applied? I mean, I have 2 degrees, engineering degrees, and I still don't know why I learned calculus, right? So, and this actually extends to all the topics in learning. There's such a huge difference, a gap between what is being taught in the classroom and how it's being applied in the real world. And companies are really concerned about this trend because there are not enough kids coming out of this pipeline qualified to take these jobs. Only 1/3 of these high-tech jobs in the US will actually be filled by US workers. This is when Nepris comes in. There are millions of professionals out there who have the skills and the knowledge to bring this relevance and exposure to these students, right? But that's easily said than done. How does a teacher in a classroom know how to find the right professional at the right time, match their skills to the topic that they're teaching in the classroom, and then bring them into the classroom at the right time? Right? So that's really where Nepris comes in. We are an online platform. We sit in between teachers and industry professionals and make these discovery and connections possible. We make it really simple for every teacher, no matter where they are, in a rural or an urban school district. We're leveling the playing field. We're allowing every teacher, giving them the resources to connect with industry professionals from around the world. So this is Roscoe, Texas, right? There is not a doctor in town. Kids in this part of the world have very limited ideas about what it is that they can do in the future. So Nepris in their classroom has brought hundreds of different professionals from many different companies into the classroom. Today, these kids are connecting with a marketing manager from Sony in New York. They're talking to a botanist in Scotland. They are working with an electrical engineer as they build their products. They're working with an electrical engineer from Texas Instruments. There are no walls to this classroom. Now, today, these kids have a very different idea of what it is that the real world holds for them, what it is that their future holds for them. It's a great testimonial from one of the kids at Roscoe 2 years back. He's a sophomore. He said he was purely focused on a military career because that's all he knew about, right? But today, he's had so many interactions with video game designers, programmers, and many different professionals. He is actually applying to study computer science in college. That's the kind of impact we're making every day in so many classrooms. So our total available market today, we are focused purely on K through 12, moving into community colleges and higher education as well. And we have intermediaries in every region, states and regional economic development, workforce development. They are sort of building the ecosystem between education and industry. We become the technology provider for them in order to bring the ecosystem together. So how do we make money? We do have a very good free version for teachers to use. And once the teachers get into it and they're using it, districts have an option to purchase teacher licenses at $149 per teacher per year. So while we have a direct-to-district model, these intermediary organizations like STEM hubs and economic development, workforce development, they do have an option to white label the whole platform and launch it at the regional level or state level. We already have a few of these launches under the belt, over 10 different white label partners. And they pay a product license fee. But the best part is that they have the ecosystem and they're also bringing in the teachers and industry professionals in the region to the table. So while our core value proposition is about live connections, live virtual connections into classrooms, we do record all of the live interactions. So we're sitting on over 3,000 unique video content that we're starting to integrate into other publisher platforms. We have an opportunity to do revenue share there. So where are most of these industry users coming from? We have a partnership with LinkedIn. We have a behind-the-scenes integration. We do work with our white label partners who are bringing their regional industry players into the platform as well. We do have a business development team that's actively reaching out to companies. Today in the platform, there are over 5,300 companies represented in the platform. Most of our competition is in the form of substitutes. There are a few companies that are doing virtual field trips, virtual job shadows. Some of the curriculum providers are also integrating virtual experts into their curriculums. But we're sort of the first sort of global platform that's bringing industry and education together. Today, we have over 25,000 total teachers, 20,000 experts in the platform. We closed year 2016 with 6,300 paid teachers. Our goal is to move to over 300,000 paid teachers in the next 5 years. We ended 2016 with 907,000 in sales bookings, and we're growing rapidly. We have a pretty lean net burn rate. We also hope to break even in the second quarter of 2019. We have a very diverse team with decades of experience in education and technology. We've raised $1.65 million in convertible debt so far with prominent investors. This year, we are just starting to raise $3 million in Series A. Our goal is to raise this money by August. Most of this money is going to be used to build regional teams so that we know there is an opportunity, there's policy changes, there's funding coming down the pipeline for these creating career pathways, connecting business and industry, and we're right there. If we can build the capacity, we can go after all these opportunities. That's what we mainly want to do with this money. And thank you for the opportunity. If you have any questions, you can find me at shabri@nepris.com. Thank you.